So a lot of guys, even when I train right now, they come to my gym and I make them spend time, repetitious time like I did on technique. They don't like it. They just want to beat bags, beat hand mitts, spar. Well, how can you do all this if you don't know the real technique that it takes to do it? So that's what's happening. We missing all that because soon you come to the gym, first thing you want to do is hit something. In our day, it wasn't like that. You knew what kind of fighter you were. You knew how to jab. You knew how to throw a right hand. You knew how to throw every punch. You knew how to counter every punch. You knew how to defend every punch. You knew boxing from here. I'd rank him probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely had the skill of a top 5, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get. And that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class.
Today I get some rounds with the GOAT. One of the GOATs. You know what I mean? 2 GOATs. Iron sharpen iron.
After recently stepping into the gym with Roy Jones Jr., it's obvious that Terence Crawford is aiming to elevate his game to an entirely different level ahead of his looming clash with Canelo Álvarez. Crawford made it clear that learning never stops for him, calling the experience a chance to gain knowledge from one of boxing's all-time greats. One key message from Jones stood out: focus on adding as much effective weight as possible for the challenge ahead.
How do you think Terence Crawford to handle the weight? That he come in lighter? Can he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. You get to the weight limit. Because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
In recent weeks, Crawford has spent time picking the brains of elite fighters like Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather. But bringing Roy Jones Jr. into camp carries special meaning. It's not just about training sessions, it's about absorbing wisdom from someone who has successfully conquered multiple divisions, much like Crawford is attempting to do now.
Weight class, we want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times.
Jones built his legacy by claiming titles across several weight classes, including super middleweight, the very division where Crawford and Canelo could meet. Beyond that, he captured belts at middleweight, light heavyweight, and even heavyweight. That kind of versatility makes him the perfect mentor for Crawford, who is preparing to jump up 14 pounds into unfamiliar territory.
Bud, Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it can go either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that moved up in weight class.
Their time together wasn't limited to conversation. Crawford and Jones shared rounds of sparring, pushed through intense running sessions, worked the treadmill, swam for endurance, and focused heavily on strength and conditioning routines to sharpen every aspect of performance.
Because that's why I beat James Thomas. James Thomas was one of the best fighters of all time. One of the best defense fighters.
James, that was.
But he ain't moving his feet. So because I got the full feet part of me, when he come at me, I'm moving my feet. I'm changing my whole location. When I come at him, he's doing this. My hands too fast. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah.
You only gonna do that 1 or 2 times. I'm gonna find it. Cause my hands too quick. So people get the wrong misconception that defense is this. No. Defense is this. That wherever your back foot is, that's your defense. So your rhythm.
Even years removed from serious competition, Jones's physical power surprised everyone in the gym. Despite only appearing in an exhibition bout against Mike Tyson in recent years, he still showcased impressive strength. After working closely with Crawford, Jones didn't hold back his admiration for Bud and his dedication, which treat Wusti nice.
Racism is promotion.
Right, he don't want no part of Bud. What that mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on?
Still, Jones has repeatedly voiced concern about Crawford's move up in weight. As one of the most dominant fighters of his era, he keeps a close eye on today's top names. Both Crawford and Canelo are widely considered among boxing's pound-for-pound elite, and the possibility of them colliding has fans everywhere buzzing with anticipation.
That's realistic. It makes sense. And less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys our weight. And now you want me to do something. Canelo's not coming down to 60.
No. It's Crawford who wants it. He wants the chance to prove it. He's the best.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it.
Right.
And and again, that's one of what's happening on a shakeup.
Yet the size difference remains a major talking point. Speaking before their training sessions, Jones shared his honest opinion in an interview, praising Crawford's skill set, but admitting he would lean toward Canelo early on due to his natural size advantage.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What do you got to prove to Boots? Boots trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he?
And somebody explained that while he respects Crawford's ability, Canelo's physical strength could dictate the early stages. However, if Crawford settles into the fight and handles that power, the dynamic could shift dramatically. He stressed that the unknown factor is how Crawford reacts to being hit by someone with Canelo's level of force, something fans haven't truly seen yet. According to Jones, disrupting Crawford's rhythm is the only path to beating him. Otherwise, opponents are in serious trouble. Wait till stay toward Toykri.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What do you got to prove to Boots? Boots trying to take over and start beating the guys around him, prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud, look at you.
If Crawford can rely on his technical brilliance and avoid taking heavy shots, an upset isn't out of the question. While fans dream about this mega showdown, Canelo is currently focused on his own path, with names like William Skull being mentioned as potential opponents. Interestingly, Jones once entertained scenarios where both Crawford and David Benavidez could defeat Canelo before later revising his stance.
Yes, but not right now. I want to see Crawford come up with some weight classes and show he can be dominant at 54. You understand me?
That fight was done Crawford and
Crawford won a pound best fight to fight. I mean, it'll be tough. But right now, that's going to be a tough fight for both fighters. We got to see how Crawford carries the weight.
What about Jamal? Based on what you saw from Canelo, how does he match up?
Discussing Benavidez, Jones pointed out how difficult that matchup would be due to his relentless punch output. He questioned whether Canelo would even take such a risk, suggesting that if Canelo couldn't hurt Benavidez early, the fight could slip away from him. Benavidez has been pushing hard for this opportunity for years, adding more intrigue to the division.
He showed, he fought the proper fight for the proper opponent. When you fight a guy coming up 2 weight classes, you're supposed to bully him. If he'd fought Floyd Mayweather that way back in the day, we saw a much better fight. But he didn't. But he's learned now, and that shows you that he's improved and he understands boxing more now because he bullied the smaller guy, which is what you're supposed to do. What you say?
What about Crawford, boy?
Crawford, long regarded as one of the best welterweights in the world, has shown willingness to jump multiple divisions for a shot at greatness. Meanwhile, Canelo has suggested that beating Crawford wouldn't significantly enhance his legacy, even though many believe Crawford is capable of pulling off the upset. Jones compared this mindset to his own career, recalling how he moved up dramatically in weight to challenge himself and prove his greatness.
It's a hard one to call, and I'm going to tell you why it's hard to call. It's a hard call because it'll all be predicated upon how Canelo approaches the fight. Canelo approaches the fight like he's the man and he can box and outbox Terence Crawford, he'll get beat. When he comes out and shows that he really wants to go out and prove whether he's still the best, he might win. It all depends on which Canelo comes to.
That same hunger appears to drive Crawford now. He's chasing a defining moment that would cement his place in history. A clash between past and present pound-for-pound elites is exactly the kind of fight fans crave. If Crawford successfully carries the added weight, his skill set, reminiscent of Mayweather's defensive brilliance combined with offensive versatility, could make this an unforgettable battle.
Bud, Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it. But if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it go be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that went up in weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. If you get to the weight limit, because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
Jones, reflecting on his own experience moving through divisions, believes Canelo should remain at super middleweight moving forward. He questioned Canelo's decision to move up and face Dmitry Bivol, noting the difference between facing a declining Sergey Kovalev and a fighter in his prime like Bivol. His advice: dominate where you're strongest instead of chasing risky challenges.
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Álvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Go to decision as opposed to...
Many experts argue that Crawford's jump in weight is too much to overcome, but Timothy Bradley strongly disagrees. After analyzing both fighters, Bradley believes Crawford could deliver a convincing victory, pointing out that Canelo hasn't scored a knockout since 2021.
In the fight, would you agree with that?
I don't know. He was boxing well, and then he just stopped doing what he was doing earlier. I don't know. I can't call it.
Do you think Canelo slipped as a fighter?
No, I don't. I just think that, William was doing a good job neutralizing Canelo power punches. He was just...
Talk of this fight has been building since late 2024, yet nothing concrete has materialized. Still, the excitement hasn't faded. The matchup would pit Crawford's intelligence and adaptability against Canelo's relentless pressure, durability, and elite counterpunching ability, making it one of the most compelling stylistic clashes in boxing.
It's a dangerous fight, man. That's an extremely dangerous fight, dude. And Canelo lands one bomb, bro, on Crawford. It might not be good. It might not be good.
Bradley also downplays concerns about Canelo's power, arguing that it may not be the decisive factor many expect. He highlighted how size advantages don't always determine outcomes, referencing recent heavyweight matchups where skill overcame physical differences.
He just told me Crawford beats Canelo.
Hey, Crawford beats anybody he steps in the ring with. Anybody. He don't go. No one beats. No one beats Terence Crawford.
And his athleticism and defense to get out of the way. He should be able to beat Canelo, man. Slow plodding forward, good jab.
He further emphasized that both fighters share similar height and elite status, insisting that greatness often comes down to adaptability. While Canelo has victories over top names like Gennady Golovkin, John Ryder, Jermell Charlo, Jaime Munguia, and Edgar Berlanga, Bradley remains convinced that Crawford has what it takes to dominate and shock the world.
Got good quickness, throws a lot of hooks. Crawford just get away from all of those, get underneath them, bro. He should be able to beat Canelo, man. I'm telling y'all.
I'm skeptical about the fight. I will back Crawford because, again, I think that he's special. And he's a friend of mine, but that's a dangerous fight, man. That's an extremely dangerous fight, dude. And Canelo lands one bomb.
Bradley didn't stop there. On his platform, he openly challenged Canelo to stop avoiding risky matchups and give Crawford the opportunity. He argued that fans are demanding this fight and that Crawford deserves a chance to prove himself on the biggest stage.
I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Álvarez. Yes, he is. Number 2, Devin Haney. You want to get back, man, go back to your roots, bro. Go back to where you started, bro. Where'd you start? You started in Mexico.
He went as far as criticizing Canelo's reluctance, claiming the fight would allow Crawford to showcase his greatness to the world. While the matchup would undoubtedly generate massive attention, questions remain. Crawford's recent performance against Israil Madrimov raised concerns as he appeared less dominant than usual, while Canelo has little to gain and much to risk.
Man, go back, get one of those guys out of there, man. Go back, start there. That's where you start. Go back to your roots, bro. Get some of that humble pie, bro. Go back, start where you started. Start where you started at. And bro, I'm telling you, you go back where you started, you're gonna come back up on top.
Skeptics believe Crawford should first test himself against bigger fighters like Benavidez or Artur Beterbiev before stepping in with Canelo. Fans remain divided. Some see a fascinating clash of skill versus power, while others view it as a mismatch due to Crawford's age and limited experience at higher weights. For Canelo, his legacy is already secure, while Crawford may need to take a tougher route to earn the shot. Trainer Brian McIntyre has even pointed to past fights, especially Canelo's loss to Bivol, as key study material for any future strategy.
Everybody that believes in hardcore boxing fans, they know Crawford can beat Canelo, just like they knew Bud was going to beat Spence. This is real simple. It's real simple. You just got to know boxing in order for you to be able to say that. Hey, Terence going to get in there and do what he needs to do, perform.
McIntyre also highlighted the importance of studying Canelo's bout with Mayweather for additional insights. Meanwhile, former champion Andre Ward has shared his thoughts on this potential super fight, naming it as one of the matchups he most wants to see in boxing today.
We just talking about him. Who's the most skilled fighter today? Bud?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots,
Jerron, my favorite.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways. You know what I'm saying? But somebody that, like, I could bet the house on, it's Bud. Because me and him,
We're outlined two clear paths for Canelo: either face top contenders in his own division like Benavidez, or take on the challenge of a smaller but highly skilled opponent like Crawford.
much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small? Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this, it's different, man.
As for predictions, Ward made his stance clear. He's not betting against Crawford right now, and that's where things stand. For more updates, breaking moments, and major developments from the boxing world, stay connected and make sure you're subscribed for everything coming next.